everyone. Welcome, welcome. You guys, if you have any suggestions of any shows you want, let me know. Send them to me. But greetings, my divine light workers. It was a little rough trying to reach. I know, something like that. It's that ADHD. Anyway, but thank you all for joining me now, and for those of you doing the replays. And I do ask for subscriptions and liking my videos, but also, like I said before, which you had to read my lips, I am asking you to, leave comments. I want your comments. I want your opinions, and I would love your suggestions. Um, because there is something that I want to say this evening, which I know I'll probably get slammed, but that's whatever. Um, okay, I'll do that later. So, again, if you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe and let's get started. Okay, the birthday charts, too, you guys have been phenomenal. So, I have asked people who I did the charts for, I asked them to leave feedback because I got to tell you, they're actually very accurate. And what I do is in the beginning of the chart, I kind of do like I tune into you and I do some personal stuff that I pick up based on your number. And then I go to the other end, and the other end is basically like if you're a number two, it's basically the traits of a number two and how you use those traits. I will tell you that if you don't feel that your number jives, then two things. The first thing is, are you sure you have the right birth date? Um, and I'm not being like a smart aleck. I'm like actually very, very sincere. Because I had a client that I'm doing like numerology with him, and he's just like, no, Janie, it's not ringing at all. And come to find out he was adopted, but they had, for some reason, given him a week later. So anyway, but yeah, the good news is if you're like, wow, this is like so on point, that means you've been in school this whole time and you are passing with flying colors. But if you are reading that chart and you're saying, no, it doesn't resonate, then chances are you are closing yourself off and you need to open yourself up. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about that tonight. So, again, before I get started, for your reading, or if you want to do a chart, just send me an email to janiedaily@gmail.com, or you can go to Facebook Messenger and send me a message there. And those of you that have my cell, send me a text. So, and you guys, ooh. So I received a call to do a reading on a horse. That's my favorite. For those of you, I mean, I love you guys and I love people, obviously, very obviously. But I love horses. I love the horses. And then it's crazy because when I started doing this, I was working with, it's where he looked like a black stallion. So my only experience with horses has been like when I would ride them when I was little, I fell off. And then I was just kind of like, The other one is I went on a date and the guy was like really nervous and trying to impress me. So we went horseback riding. And I loved his horse, and the horse kept turning around looking at me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm overhearing your friend. Don't interrupt your friend. Let's keep the flow going. Because I'm still kind of scared from falling. Next thing you know, the horse starts going faster, faster. Like, what is it called? Trolloping or something? Galloping. He's galloping. The poor guy. The horse took him under branches and he fell off the horse. Yes, he did. But anyway, the whole point of that is I really enjoy, really, really enjoy doing readings on the animals and all the animals, but especially the horses. They are so intuitive. And for those of you who have horses, I mean, at one point in time, I thought about moving to Kentucky and working on like the Derby horses. I mean, they are so smart. And the experiences that I've had with all animals, actually, people too, you guys, but with the horses, especially, they're phenomenal. Yeah, because this one gentleman saw me. I was with a horse up at a farm in Bel Air, and huge horse, right? Huge. And then I have my like special oils in the bottle. I always do that, say a prayer and everything. Um, but it appears too that like the scent that I used, the clary sage. Anyway, so I don't put it on the horses. I don't put any oil on anyone except your mom, Jeannie, but that was last rites. Okay, I said that with love. Um, so yeah, apparently this guy, and this is going to give you an idea of when something's meant to happen. Apparently, this gentleman saw me and saw how the horse was reacting, and he asked somebody else, he's like, "Who's that woman? I mean, that horse, she's got that horse like wrapped around her finger." And yeah, so she told him, but like nothing happened at that time. But doors open when they're supposed to open. Okay. Just kind of keep that in mind. But anyway, so um I want to talk to you guys too about, I don't know, I'm sure everybody's felt this way, but needing help when you need help and you're feeling desperate and you just feel like you have nowhere to turn. I never want you to feel like that, because I can tell you I never feel like that. I never feel lonely, and I never feel like I'm alone. And I would love for you guys to feel that way too. Um, you just have to believe. It's when you have faith. And for those of you who have faith, you go to church, whatever, and you have faith then. And like, you're kind to others because you believe that, we have someone watching over us. Um, you have to have faith in someone. And I believe that's important too with kids, you guys. You know what I mean? You've got to these children need someone to believe in. And these kids need to know that they have beings that watch over them. Hello, Miss Kim. Oh, and Karen and Jeannie. Hello. Hi, ladies. I'm not going to do that. I don't like when people do that on other channels. They go through like the list and stuff. Anyway, but welcome. Um, this is going to be like maybe sound a little complex, but I'm finding that the people who are watching this, you all here, and the people that are going to watch this, is trust me, you don't watch something unless you have something in common with what you're watching. Even if it's like a crime show and it's like curiosity, it could be maybe that is a profession that you want to go down, or it could be that maybe you had a similar situation like that. And now it's like you're seeing some different things that you can do to handle it. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. Nothing is random. Nothing is ever random. You have to believe that you are here. It's school. This is school. It is. So have fun with it. For those of you who didn't have fun in school, you missed dances and stuff, hey, you can do it. You can do it now. You know, you're here to learn, grow, and go. But in the process, you are learning and you are teaching simultaneously. So, mm, so it's important. Number one thing is I don't want to say like you have to have somebody that you can look up to. Okay. And when I say that, I'm going to teach you like how I do it. That's the best way to do it. I'm just going to teach you how I do stuff. Um, so all of you, everyone who listens to this channel, you all that are here, you all have a strong sixth sense. You all do. Some of the other senses may be a little off kilter. That's the thing. The older you get, your five senses kind of weaken, but the sixth sense shoots up because it's wisdom, it's common sense. So please understand, if people start talking about devils and stuff like that, just go, okay, yeah, it's okay. You'll be okay. Seriously. God gave you six senses, not five. Now, I mean, if somebody wants to say they don't have it, then just be like, okay, I understand you don't want common sense. That's okay. It shows. No, don't. Always be kind. Always be kind. Okay. So the way that I do it, I have shared my story and I have always had very strong faith. Always. But I still live my life. Like I am surprised. I I am very surprised that they hang out with me. That like God will like actually like have dreams with me and like teach me things. Jesus, same. Archangel Michael, I get a little surprised. Oh, and your deceased loved ones before readings hang out and let me know what they want to say and this and that. And I love it too, especially when I'm in the middle of a reading and it's supposed to be a confidential reading. And your loved one will come through and go, oh, yeah, remember I told her da da da. So I will say that because I repeat what I hear. And then I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. Is it okay if this person is here? And of course, they're always welcome. But believing, you have to believe. You have to believe. There's nothing wrong with believing. I mean, it's the same thing if you're in love. You don't want to question that every day. And, oh, is this the person I should be with? And does he really feel the same? Do I really feel? Stop with all the questions. Sometimes you just have to believe things. And with your gut, a lot of times you just have to follow it. You can get proof. You can always get proof. Always. But why waste that time? Go do what you got to do and then come back and say, oh, yeah, I was right. One of the things is I should say, we're here for a higher plan. You're here for a higher plan. Okay. You're here for a reason. And especially people like us, we are light workers. So, you guys, we are kind. That's a 4-letter word for us to live by. Kind. You must be kind. I know that it's hard sometimes, but it's like practice does make perfect. And what I tell people too, and now I'm better now I'm older now, but back in the older days, like when I started this, I was like, oh yeah. Um, Louise Hay. Louise Hay would always, she had her affirmations. I'm a positive person and I deserve good. So she would say, yeah, just keep saying those affirmations, which is nice. But I would be like, I am a beep, 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 beep positive, beep, beep, beep person and do deserve good. So fill in the blanks that it wasn't good. That's why I'm saying too, they hang around me. Ooh. And because a lot of people think you have to be never sin, you've never done anything wrong, and you've got to be religious, you've got to like, you can't wear certain things, you can't wear makeup, blah, 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 blah. No, no. The only key that I have that I make sure that I always do, kind. Kindness is everything, and caring. It's funny because talking to some neighbors. So, you guys, I see 2 people outside and they looked to be homeless. But my first thought was, first it was the guy, just the guy. But my first thought was, you know what? Let me go see if he needs some water. And then I was like, you know what? Let me do a sandwich. But yet when I heard that, when I did that, I heard no. And then I found out it wasn't a good situation. But you have to listen to that. You have to listen. And you don't have to necessarily hear no, but you just will feel like, and it's not, if you're like, oh no, they're homeless, they're probably druggies, blah blah. That's not cool. That's not cool. Because everybody's got something. And there's a lot of people, you don't know why they're like that. They could have like somebody in their family close, somebody they love dearly could have been killed, whatever. You don't know. Okay, they don't, I never see it on YouTube. Anyway, you don't know. Kindness. But we, by nature, too, moving to the next little step, stubborn. We are so stubborn. We are all stubborn. It's, and I will tell you, I will do something when I'm ready to do it. And it's like, if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do it. But I kind of was doing like an experimental thing. I was doing an experimental thing because I basically was told that like things would go in a different direction, which is a good thing. But I waited and I procrastinated because I had some things that I was supposed to do. Three things that I was supposed to do. And I knew what I was supposed to do. You guys, when you have stuff that you know has to get done and you're thinking about, "Oh, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done," because in order to get it done, you know that something else can take place. Everybody has that, where you have like, you're thinking you have to do like, I don't know, paperwork. You have paperwork in a basket, let's say. Then you do it. But if you keep feeling, "Ah, I've got to do it, I've got to do it," and then you start and then you stop, starts. Okay. If you are feeling it, do it. Now, remember, you will never, ever, ever, ever hear bad things. No one's, seriously, that's not, no, that's not part of this program. No. Psychic and psychotic, huge difference. So nobody's going to tell you to go hurt someone or to hurt yourself or anything like that. If anything, a lot of times people are so, so down to they feel like it's dark and they don't know what to do. Um, believe, believe, and you will either you'll go to sleep, you'll wake up in the next morning, and um, you'll know what you'll just do something, and then later you can be like, why am I doing this? Where did I get this idea from? Most likely from either it's one of your divine family, God, your angels, deceased loved ones. And again, I call them your divine family. So many too. And remember, I told you before, Jesus is here. I I was watching some channel the other day, and the person said, "Oh well, that didn't happen. Jesus didn't show up, but maybe there's another date." And I was like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" And then, yeah, it was a rapture apparently on the 23rd and the 24th. I don't know exactly what that means. Like, I don't know if they think the world's going to end. I kind of was taking that because I'm thinking, why is this person teaching why are these people teaching their children that the world's going to end? Like, I don't know, that's a little different. But anyway, but yeah, but Jesus watches over you too. And Jesus can actually be annoying because Jesus isn't going to let you sleep. Yes, exactly, Don, yes. Yeah, exactly, that's what I thought, Karen, that's why I was like, "I can't believe they're, like, telling their kids the world's gonna end," like, how frightening is that? You guys remember when it ended in the year 2000. Oh my gosh. People were killing each other for toilet tissue. It's why do you need toilet tissue, though, if the world's gonna end? Oh, and water. You're not gonna need water anyway. Who knows? Anyway. Mm-mm-mm. But anyway, guys, um, sometimes, oftentimes, we want the fast solution. Okay. Most of the time, the fast solution isn't the way to go. And I'm going to say Jesus. If Jesus is telling you, get it done. Just, and again, you're going to hear it. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel like, I got to get this done, man. I got to get this done. Like a nagging, and to the point where you're like, it's called anxiety, you guys, but it's not really anxiety. It's not. It's the other side saying, come on, come on, come on. You got things to do. You're in school. You're on a chart. You're on a path, like the Wizard of Oz. So trust me, your angels, oh yeah, your guide, especially your guides. It's like chop chop, let's go. Come on, let's go. You have things to do, and it's always lovely too when you start thinking, yep, I'm not 19 anymore and just can keep putting it off. Just gotta get it moving. But yes, just follow. It's not always what you want to do. It's not always getting answers the way you like. So anyway, I was thinking about like going back to nursing. Okay. But I didn't enjoy nursing when I was in it. I mean, I did. I enjoyed the people, the patients, love the patients. And I loved a lot of the people that I worked with, but there was people too that I worked with and management, especially when you see some of these places making so much money, so much money. But yet I wasn't allowed. If there was two people in a room, I wasn't allowed to go in and say, "Hey, Mrs. Da da da, would you like a soda?" Or if they had like shots or something or whatever. If there was a bug going around, I wasn't allowed to go and say, "Hey, Mrs. So and so, how about if I get you some ginger ale?" And then I'd ask her roommate, "Can I get you some too?" And yeah, honey, that sounds good. I got in trouble. I didn't get in trouble. I was reprimanded. Well, we're trying to save money on the sodas. Yeah. So you're not allowed to ask any patient in front of others if they want any kinds of snacks. So, you guys, of course, for those of you who know me, you'll see it's possible. So you can imagine, and I know everything has cameras, but it is what it is. But I'm the nurse that would sneak down at nighttime and get snacks. Go in the kitchen, make them some food. You get hungry, especially if you're somebody who didn't eat your dinner. I mean, you're hungry around 9 o'clock. And then it's like, oh, well, give her some cookies. No, she can't eat cookies. Or some peanut butter crackers. That was the big thing. And that's nice in the beginning, but when that's all you're getting, that's not good anymore. Anyway, point being, so I was really tossing that around. It was really, and it's like, it's set hours, set income, but and then he kept telling me there's three things I had to do. And boy, you guys, I kept putting them off over and over and over. So finally I was like, okay, I got to get rolling. I got to make a decision here. And it was amazing. It was so amazing because I started, and this is what you guys probably didn't hear. So a lot of people say that it's the devil. And I don't mean to be rude, and I'm not making fun of the devil because I don't like to make fun of anybody. But anyway, these are angel cards, okay? But if you have good intention with cards, and it's a good intention, then that's fine. It's like anything else that you have. I mean, if you there's some people that buy knives, like the knives, because they're very decorative. Okay. And then there's some that buy it for bad stuff, but it's like, it doesn't mean nobody should have a knife. Yeah, you're not allowed to like them because there's other people that do bad things with it. Good intentions. But anyway, so what I did, you guys, I went ahead and I asked God, and I said, please I really need the answers. I need you to tell me what to do, because it had been revealed to me that nursing wasn't the best for me. I am not the kind of person that is just gonna take care of like 30 people and then here's your medicine. Bye, bye, bye. I would never, ever, ever leave pills in a cup and water on somebody's bedside. No, I'm going to stand there and watch the person take it to make sure that first they take them and that they don't choke. That's just that's how I am. But what happens is I end up missing like breaks and stuff, and then I end up getting in trouble. See, they fall out. Um, but it's so crazy. The card that came out, this just came out before you guys came on. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. This card, you guys, is spiritual understanding. So I guess the other side is saying this. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I wish I would have taken a picture. This came out before we started. Okay. Again, these are the archangel cards, spiritual understanding, and it is the other side, numbers, shapes, symbols. But the spiritual understanding also means this is school. You're not alone. That's why when they talk about Jesus leaving and not coming back and stuff like, no, no, they wouldn't leave you. That's what I don't understand. I mean, they love us and they're here to coach us, to help us. So you're not on your own. That's why you don't have somebody who's your boss saying, you must do this. No, that's not the God I know. That's not the God I remember. That's not the God that I communicate with. It's not. They're here to assist you when you feel lost. You want to cry. You want to hurt. You want to talk to somebody about something really personal. They hear you. Hence, I just asked, and this fell out. They hear you. So today I had 3 cards come out. All 3 of those cards, amazing, amazing. Because when I was younger, I didn't like working salary because I felt like salary, you don't make very much with salary. I like to make a lot more and have fun with what I'm doing and just instead of working 9 to 5, drudge. But anyway, so yeah, the cards came out and said basically that that something was revealed to me, about me that I never talked about, which is true. That's when I revealed to you guys that I'm really very close to God. I'm close to Jesus. Always have been my whole life. But I never let anybody know, because some people feel like you're, like the person who's carrying the Bible on the street and saying that, you have to read this or else you're not going to heaven. Again, not the God I know. The God I know is phenomenal. And that's the God, I'm going to get upset. That's the God I want you guys to know. But, he's not easy. Not easy. He will make you work for stuff, especially when he knows it's things that need to get done. He will make you work for it. This is a really bad example, but it's kind of like the person who they're quitting smoking, but they're like outside going, you know what, God, I need a cigarette. I need one. So to that person, they're like, God's gonna land, like throw cigarettes on the ground for him to see and pick up and go, oh, thank you, God. God will throw gum, but not cigarettes. Not something that he thinks is bad for you. And again, I say he. If I was brought up to believe that God was female, that's how God would appear to me. So with you guys, same thing. And if you weren't brought up anyway, ask. Bye, Kim. Thank you for stopping by. Love you. Oh, hey, Miss Eleanor. Miss Eleanor, I love her. Anyway, so it's important spiritual understanding for all of you. When you get dark, you're not alone. You're not alone. So when you talk to people too, I, I just wish I could, like, maybe with healing now, as you're listening to this, I don't ever want you to feel despair. But you will sometimes, the dark nights of the soul. Dark nights of the soul, bad, really bad. And some of them, like sometimes it's like, oh, I just want to go home. But it's not your time. So remember, you're needed here. People need you here. Animals need you here. You're loved. You're and everybody here. And I know, like, everybody who's listening, great people. And I know, like, a lot of people, I would like to, like, build this channel up and, have, like, gatherings where, because it is nice. It is nice to go to, like, a church, you know, session and sing. That would be so much fun. But I gotta tell you guys, like, growing up Catholic, singing was not the best. I mean, like, the older ladies, my grandmother and everybody were like, whoa! It was like, oh my goodness. But I can honestly say, oh my gosh, I remember in Baltimore, I went and I was invited to a place on Greenmount Avenue, and it was African American church, but at least I should say that it was the family that ran it. And they invited me, and because at the time I sold real estate, and they wanted me to see how big their congregation was. It was huge, but crazy how everything happens, because I went, and then, like, they're singing and really singing. You know what I mean? Like, putting their heart, soul. I loved it. I loved it. But then, of course, he starts asking me to come up, and he gave me a blessing and say, "Oh, it's very nice, very nice." But anyway, um, just know too, with people that are, the biggest thing too is transitioning, and that's for all of us to go home. It's transitioning, but please know that your loved ones who have transitioned, they love you, they still watch over you. But remember, they have jobs to do too, you know, and it's not like they forget you. If anything, like, when we see everybody, we do. And those of us that are soul families, a soul family is when you guys, let's say all of us here right now, all of us in the life. Okay, let's say that the next lifetime around, we are all in each other's lives again in one capacity or another. It's called soul families, and it's fun. It is fun. um but I am going to throw in there too, just, sorry, I was like looking at this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Again, I hate to say, I don't, just remember, no gender. You're over there. You're no gender. You got a beautiful soul. You're light. You're light. You're airy. Your soul sparkly, gorgeous, in a place that's absolutely gorgeous. And remember, you don't want to go there till it's your time to go back. Okay? Never get that dark. No, you got to do your stuff here. Okay? But anyway, and then you come into life and you get a soul, because remember, you've already discussed all of this. That's your play. We're going to play, and you've already discussed what you were going to do, who you're going to be, whatever. Live your life that way, and then at the time of your passing, last breath, soul leaves. Doesn't take the gender with it. So I don't know why everybody's so upheavals about, like, gender stuff. I don't. They make it very difficult. Because really, I feel like we have male and female gender in actually all of us. So, anyway, so you guys, any questions or yes, being positive every day. It is impossible, and you're not supposed. Oh, you can be positive, and it does work. Like when you're like, I am effing positive. Yes, I am. And then it's like when you say it, it makes you laugh, and it's like, oh, it's not too bad. And you're not. Nobody's perfect, but remember too, when you smile, your smile is telling your brain that you're happy. It's a fake out. And I always believe that's always my favorite thing. Fake it till you make it. But it's funny because my neighbor asked me one day, you guys, I help them sometimes. They're older people. And she asked me one day, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. She's like, are you always this happy? But that's something my mom taught me because it's like it doesn't do any good. And you know what? You have better things happen to you when you're happy. And you spread it around. It's too easy to be grouchy. But you guys just practice kindness. I want you to talk to your divine family. Okay? I really want you guys ask. Ask 3 times when you hear something. And if somebody's heard the name Patrick, that is your guide. I forgot about that. Yeah. Anybody who has like heard the name Patrick or you feel like you hear the name all the time or seeing it all the time, that is the name of your one guide. So if you guys want to shoot me like a text and let me know who that is. But so I am going to be here Thursday night. Okay. So I want to, because I'm going to do like shorter because this is pretty long. And I don't know if this made sense, but it was kind of like, it's like when you know you have parents and you know you have parents who love you so much, parents and siblings, they love you so much. And you know, I mean, because not all of us have that, you guys. A lot of us don't have that. Where there's a lot of you that have parents and siblings where nobody gets along and it's heartbreaking. But with your divine family, they love you. They love you so much. Okay? They really, really do. Hearts. You're going to see heart rocks this week, red hearts, blue hearts. Okay, blue hearts. Hearts. All right, hearts this week. And remember to the spiritual understanding. You're going to see more about like, oh gosh, triangles and circles. Yeah. So on that note, I love you all and I send you all many, many angel blessings. Please talk to your divine family. If people say that you're nuts, go, okay, that's cool, thanks. But seriously, whatever. That's the other thing too. Don't care what people say about you. Who cares? Be flattered. They talk about movie stars, and now they're talking about you. It's like, woo, y'all made it. So yeah, just got to shape our attitudes. Oh, by the way, end result, I'm not going back to nursing. So on that note, I love you guys, and thank you so, so much for being here. And thank you to everybody who is doing the rewatch. Thank you so much. And I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I will be back on Tuesday evening. So, oh, wait, where'd I go? Where'd I go? Oh my gosh. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I think he went away. I am so not good with this stuff.